We are finally here. We're at the finals of the World Cyber Games 2009 in Chengdu, China. I cannot believe how many people are in here.
This is unreal. There has to be over 15,000 people packed into this place. They are basically sitting on top of each other, elbow to elbow, to watch this match.
This is unreal. Let's just say if there's a fire in here, everybody's going to die.
That's right, man. We're going to be trying to climb over the Nerd Mountain and get out those front doors, but I don't think we'd make it.
But you know what? I'd rather die than leave the finals that we're going to have tonight here.
Yeah.
With none other than Stork and Jaedong, a Korea versus Korea final. I guess not too much of a shocker, but it's going to be an awesome game no matter what. This is not uncommon here at the World Cyber Games. In fact, it always happens. Korean winning the medal. In this case, when we got two of them, obviously one of them is going to come out on top.
No doubt about that. And, you know, these guys, I wouldn't want to see anyone else in the finals as far as Korea goes, man. Jaedong, best Zerg ever. We've been over it 100 times. He's been on almost every stage match because he is that good.
And, of course, Jaedong, as you said, best Zerg in the world, even outdoing Savior himself, also known as the Maestro. Jaedong has got a lot of different styles here. He's able to do it all. His timing attacks are just so strong. He already knocked Bisu out into the third and fourth place match. Bisu, by the way, managing to get that third place title. Yep. So no matter what happens today, we're going to have a first, second, and third place all going to Korea.
Yeah, you know, I think that hasn't happened since 2006, but here we are, and it's happening again.
And I can't say it enough. I cannot believe how many people are in here.
I know. It's unreal, man. There are so many people in here. There's so much energy in the air. This is just really exciting, man. Korea doesn't top this. This is amazing.
This is ridiculous. I've been going to esports events around the world for the past 5 years. I haven't seen this many people. Here's Stork. He's got a lot of experience here at the WCG. 2 years ago, he got first place. Just last year, he got second, losing to Luxury. And what some would consider to be an upset. And you can see there's so many fans down here. Protoss versus Zerg here. First map is going to be Tau Cross. And look, I think Stork, a guy who's really well known for his build orders. Jaedong, I think he's well known for his timing attacks. But these are the best of the best of the best. There's a lot on the line here. A lot of people think Jaedong's going to come out as the victor here. But Stork, you know, he's the one that's got more experience at events like this. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Here's our map. Let's spin it around. Tau Cross.
Wow. Tau Cross, man. This map, very, very old map. And I got to say, Jaedong is, I'm pretty sure, undefeated on this map, except against Advocate, the Russian player. Yeah. He basically, you know, this is when he first started coming up in the pro leagues. He's beating every top A-class, top S-class pro gamer on this map. He was first known as the Legend Killer until he became a legend himself. Right. So, Stork, man, you have your work cut out for you on this map.
Now, this is a map that, because it's so old, both these guys have a lot of experience on it. I don't expect to see anything new and revolutionary here. If we do see it, it's probably going to be from Stork because he's really good at engineering openers based off his opponent. But yeah, I mean, this is a map where we've seen so many games on it, we can expect to see standard play. Our other maps, maybe it's going to be different, especially if we get to Outsider.
Yeah. You know, look at that crowd, man. I mean, we've said it a few times, but it is just wall-to-wall, unbelievable. The players are having to get escorted everywhere.
StarCraft Brood War, the oldest esport that has survived the ages.
That's right.
As old as many of these games like Quake and Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike kind of the StarCraft of team FPS games. Of course, Quake, the single-player version of the best FPS games. But Quake not here anymore. StarCraft remaining. You can see clearly it's not just Warcraft 3 that the Chinese adore. They also adore StarCraft. And by the way, quick note, that Counter-Strike match that was on just a little bit earlier than this, best Counter-Strike match I have ever seen.
4 overtimes, man.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Polish team over Fnatic in that first map.
Check them out for sure.
Even for game racist like myself, I enjoyed it.
Okay, here we are. We're seconds away from starting this. Fans here for both players. Obviously, no Chinese player made it to the finals, but that doesn't mean that a lot of these Chinese players do not love the hell out of players like Stork and Jaedong. All right, it's time. Let's get it on. Game number 1, Jaedong versus Stork, Korea versus Korea. Only one person can come out on top. Going into the countdown now. Most of the time, build order's already mapped out.
Indeed, you know, unless he scouts something that it really is kind of out of the ordinary. It says, oh, you know what? I have a little hole here where I can abuse it if I do something different.
Right.
We'll probably see what they've had planned since they knew they were going to play each other.
Okay, we've got Jaedong up here at the top right. And there he is in his booth.
He is concentrating, man. Look at those puckered lips.
He's got a killer face whenever he plays this game. Here's Stork over here at the middle left. Now, there's only 3 starting spots on this map, so whenever you scout your opponent, you got a 50% chance of finding him right off the bat.
Indeed, and Jaedong's Overlord being sent in the right direction,
right.
And that is always great for a Zerg player on a more than 2-player map to just get that lucky Overlord send. You get to scout them a lot more for a lot longer, and that can really end up paying off, especially if they do some sort of weird strategy.
Absolutely. You can see there's already a lot of Jaedong signs in the crowd. I don't believe we've seen as many Stork signs. That Jaedong, generally known for getting that fast spawning pool, doesn't mean he doesn't know how to play, hatchery first, like a total pro, but usually getting that spawning pool first.
Yeah, you know, it really makes him very safe, and especially on Tau Cross, where you can just block them in with that one pylon at the choke, and basically just kill them with cannons.
Right.
You know, you contain them, and it's so hard for them to get out. So, you know, pool first, especially good on this map.
You see a lot more cheering in the audience right now for Jaedong. And the question now is Jaedong going to get an extractor, or is he going to go with a hatchery next? I think he's actually just going to go for the hatchery next.
Yeah, I feel that coming. He's playing a safe opening here against Stork. You know, Stork has a really good record over Jaedong as far as Protosses go, but still, I mean, Jaedong has to feel a step above Stork.
Here's our Korean commentators from On GameNet. Really nice guys. They're actually on the plane with us when we came down here. We also live in Korea. Oh! Nice. Pylon block there. He's going to get that hatchery up just a little bit later. That was what you were talking about earlier. Yeah,
he cannot get out. He's going to have to make some Zerglings and attack that pylon. But, you know, Stork may just end up canceling it, knowing that Zerglings will be made.
It's going to be a tough decision here. If he does let it stay up, that hatchery's going to come out incredibly late, and he lets it finish.
Yeah, but, you know, if Zerglings are hatching, and in fact they are, he's going to be able to take out that pylon, and he does lose the probe as well as this 100 minerals on the pylon. But a couple cannons going up. His Nexus is going to be a little bit later than normal, but that's fine.
So it looks like overall this is going to cost Jaedong an additional 100 minerals because that's about how much more he accumulated in that time. Maybe a little bit over that, 125. But at the same time, remember that, of course, Stork did lose the pylon, so that's 100 minerals. So it's just a slight edge for Stork.
Yeah. And, you know, Stork, he's all defensed up. He's going to be totally fine. These Zerglings aren't going to do a single thing to him. But a big deal here, he's already lost his scouting probe. He does not see inside of Jaedong's base.
Actually, here's another one. He's going to try to slip out here, but it has been spotted.
Yeah, he's going to want to get that into Jaedong's base because he basically is playing blind right now. Jaedong could just get gas and go 2-hatch Hydra, try to break his cannons. He could go expand like we're seeing now, but Stork just doesn't know because his probe isn't in there.
Now you see Stork trying to edge over here. He wants to see if there's indeed a hatchery there. There is, but he doesn't know that yet. So far deflected here by Jaedong. Stork is so far in the dark.
That's right, and he just keeps that Zergling on the probe, watching where it goes, and moves these Zerglings back and forth. Takes a lot of concentration, but oh my god, the probe gets through a little bit. And if Stork can scout that hatchery, he's going to have a lot more peace of mind.
Okay, here we go. He is indeed going to spot the hatchery. Can he get into the main? Quite possibly, yes.
And that's some good probe scouting there. Jaedong has to feel a little bit bad. You know, he kind of messed up there. Could have held that probe out, but a little bit of missed micromanagement.
Okay, so this is kind of a shocker. The probe has, in fact, gotten all the intel you could want. He sees the timing of the layer. Yeah. And Stork, again, just maintaining an advantage by just a few percentage points, I'd say here.
Indeed, and you know, this is really good actually that he did end up scouting it because that's going to give us a better game, I think, overall. Otherwise, Stork was going to have to play a little bit more defensively, and Jaedong being, you know, in slightly better shape recently, you know, winning more leagues, performing better in Korea. It's a good thing that Stork has scouted this out so that it should make a more entertaining game for us.
Certainly. Well, standard opener from here would be an early Corsair.
Yeah.
But Stork doesn't always play by the norm.
No, not at all. But I think he will be going for that this time. We do not see +1 attack going yet, and that would be the other thing. And there we go, a second gas, so he's definitely going something pretty gas heavy, and there it is, the Stargate.
Well, now we got to see what Jaedong's going to do. It looks like he is going to go actually Corsair, Dark Templar, possibly Corsair with some Zealots and legs, but usually it's Corsair, Dark Templar. That's the most stable way. You know, Bisu is kind of the most well-known for that. However, Jaedong's already eliminated him from getting any further in this event.
Indeed, he did. You know, he's such a Protoss killer, such a pro gamer killer. Jaedong is that you know I just see him as a favorite here against Stork. But so far, Stork is playing really quite immaculately.
Again, another shot. If you're just now joining us, I'm trying to. I would say about 15,000 people here in the audience, maybe more. It's really hard to tell. What you just got a shot of was only 1/3 of
if that
of the convention hall, and there are monitors in places that we aren't even getting shots of that have people watching this.
Yep.
And this kind of goes to show you that in fact China is really starting to recognize esports.
Oh, man.
It's not just Korea anymore. People thought it might be Germany next, but I think after coming down here, at least in my own opinion, China is definitely ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
They just have so many people coming down here to watch this, and it's not just you know, StarCraft, for instance, or Warcraft 3, or even Counter-Strike. It's all these games.
And you know, esports, it is really legit here. And you know, in Korea, you have a lot of fans. A lot of them are actually girls. Here, there's a good balance. I feel like, you know, there's guys and girls running around trying to get autographs and stuff. And I don't know, it makes me all warm and fuzzy inside.
I know, man. It makes me really happy to see you know, this going on down here. Now the Dark Templar's going to be out here in a second. Note the position of that Hydralisk Den and the hatchery. That can make it tough for a Dark Templar to sneak through there.
Yeah.
So DT harassment might be a little bit tricky over in the main or the initial expansion.
Yeah, you know, Hydras are anorexic. They can get through just about anywhere as Zerglin can. So it's really nice to make little walls like that. It's going to make it hard for Stork to really get aggressive anyway. And losing that Corsair, that's kind of a big deal. And he may lose this one as well if he overcommits on that Overlord.
I know he wants to get rid of this Overlord. If he can get in time to get out, it's going to be a win for him. He's got to get out quickly, though.
And here come the Scourge, but...
Oh, run.
Oh, and he turns around. He wants some more scouting information before going back home.
Now, it's really hard to turn that Corsair at the right angle so that you don't get hit. And he's in fact going to go for a DT drop over here. Very sneaky move.
And I think he did just lose that Corsair, actually. A couple more Scourge popping out.
It may be intentional because he doesn't want to let that shuttle get hit by too many Scourge.
Yeah, but there is a couple more Scourge out there, and they're looking for the shuttle, and here comes the shuttle. Nothing in it quite yet, but he sees the shuttle, and he takes it out. Huge move by Jaedong right there.
I cannot believe that. That's a serious blow here for Stork, because of course he already spent that 200 minerals, 200 Vespene gas on that robotics facility. So then to spend another 200 minerals on the shuttle and to have that have no effect whatsoever, really hurts.
His choice of strategy was the DT drop, so not getting those in there, that's going to set him behind. What are these DTs going to do now? They're going to look around for a place or ask, will they find one? I'm thinking maybe not.
My bet is that Jaedong might stay turtling for a little bit. He is expanding again, which is understandable since it's pretty hard for Stork to harass, and his strategy already hasn't worked too terribly effectively. One Dark Templar does slip in. We have Overlord speed here. Another one down here taking out drones.
Nice. But a counterattack by Jaedong. Looks like he has enough to hold off, and drones just being slaughtered by these Dark Templars.
He's taking out a lot of drones. 4 kills, 5, make it 6.
Wow. I'm getting chills, man. Stork is playing excellently, and he is pulling way ahead of Jaedong right now.
Unbelievable. Even though his initial strategy did not work,
oh my God.
The second backup one has worked, and it still is. 9 kills now, 10, excuse me. Up to 11. It's going to die before he can get any further than that.
He has killed such a ridiculous amount of drones. Stork has pulled way ahead. That Hydra counter did almost no damage to him. He had plenty of cannons. He had that Archon there. And Jaedong, he was just out multitasked.
Well, next Jaedong's going to have to watch out for that timing attack, which will inevitably come here from Stork. He is going to try to push out and destroy his opponent before he can get too many more drones in order to reinforce that army. I think we're actually going to see a storm drop.
Oh man, if he can kill any more drones, it's just going to get dirty. He does have some High Templars sitting behind those cannons as well. So any Hydralisk all in on his front is going to be destroyed.
Looks like he is going to go for the Forge here. If he does get the Forge, it'll stop the +1 upgrade. It won't put the game back in Jaedong's advantage, but something is better than nothing in this moment. The shuttle moving out. The main hardly protected. And he is going to try to retreat, sneaking just a few.
Oh man, speed lots.
Speed lots.
Slow lots.
But I'm sure the speed upgrade will finish momentarily here. Gonna go for the Spire.
Very big move right here. Killing that Spire is really going to hurt Jaedong.
He needs a Spire to produce more Scourge. The Scourge, of course, the role of them is to actually get more. Excuse me. I'm getting all wiggly and excited in this game here.
Oh, man, can't even talk anymore.
Yeah, he wants to get more Scourge to that Spire so he can stop harassment. And again, it's been lost, so now he's going to be susceptible to more shuttle harassment.
And 3 or 4 more drones falling down.
Yeah.
Well worth the 4 Zealots alone. And the Spire was killed too, so Stork is actually getting so ridiculously far ahead at this point. See, he already has observers to deal with these lurkers. Stork can basically just macro up at this point, and I don't know if even Jaedong is going to be able to hold off his first attack.
You can really see how much Jaedong's economy is suffering. He has so many larvae at each of these expansions. The speed upgrade is actually surprisingly late here from Stork. That's presumably a mistake. He should probably have it by now. But at the same time, look, Stork has room to make mistakes. Yeah. Jaedong has overextended himself, took that 4th base before Stark's initial Dark Templar harassment started up. Yeah. So now he has too many locations to defend. You can see the Zealot leg upgrade just now finishes.
And he's just going to be careful with these observers. He probably wants an observer speed upgrade and maybe a vision upgrade as well. You know, that's basically the only way Jaedong's going to be able to hold this off is to kill a lot of observers.
He still keeps his observer alive. Now, remember, Jaedong can't make Scourge yet.
Yeah.
So the fact that that Scourge didn't hit that other observer means he will have detection, no problem, unless Hydras shoot it down. And that won't be too easy.
And a lot of Hydras being made, but look at all these High Templars backing up the Speed Zealots. Another shuttle coming as well. So really, no way for him to defend all these different locations without any Scourge available.
Okay, again, getting closer and closer to his opponent's base. Dragoons now reinforcing the army. Those Dragoons need to go on a diet.
Yeah. Too bad they aren't anorexic like those Hydras.
I know. And when you think about it, Hydras are also bulimic because they spit acid. So, wow, think about that.
Their teeth are probably so bad.
But point being, they are very skinny units. Dragoons are not. Okay, we see. I think it's going to be a storm drop.
Oh,
the Templars are out.
2 High Templars getting Hydras and drones. Beautiful drop right there.
Okay, he's going to push out here. He's forced Jaedong to kind of relocate his army. It looks like he's either going to go for the main up there or this expansion over there.
No, there are a lot of lurkers out here, and it's a very Zealot heavy army, but he does have Dragoon back up with High Templars. Yep. It's Stork. Is he going to attack it? I'm not really sure because he's taking this 3rd base, maybe put a little bit of pressure on, but the safer he plays, the more likely it is he's going to win this game.
Okay. Jaedong actually has a surprisingly large number of units considering how much damage he's actually suffered over here. I don't know if he should be attacking with the Zealots in this moment. The Lurker's going to be dealing a lot of damage. Nice storming though. Jaedong has to defend perfectly here. I don't see more Protoss units on the minimap coming down to reinforce just yet. Mostly just Dragoons and Templars left, a few Zealots. Jaedong's actually playing quite well, though. Yeah,
Stork, he's being a little bit sloppy right now, getting a little bit ahead of himself. He just expanded. I'm not sure why he's just going with this attack so hardcore, but Jaedong, beautiful defense, and ends up killing this entire army. All Stork has left now are the Dragoons that are coming down to reinforce.
I cannot believe that Jaedong deflected that. What Jaedong did is neglected getting drones and instead opted to get a lot more attacking units, hoping that Stork would, in fact, attack and then not pull back his army. And that just happened. So Stork no longer suffering as much. I cannot believe how many people are in here.
I know. It is unreal. And the other unreal thing, man, Stork, that was a big blunder. He played this game beautifully up till then.
Yep.
Why attack when you just took your 3rd base? And Jaedong is barely on 4 base here. Barely. He's lost so many drones. He does not have good tech. He does not have great upgrades. Stork should really have played a little bit slower, but, he's still got more supply here. And, he's still ahead, but not as far ahead as he could have been.
Yeah, I think you're right. So Jaedong actually going to sit back, keep pumping out the upgrades. One moment. or I guess I should say one thing that you can do in moments like this if you're slightly ahead as Protoss is try to get a ton of the upgrades to help you out. Like you said earlier, observer speed or vision, just because it helps you not mess up in a micro battle. But again, Stork is nowhere near as ahead as he was earlier.
Yeah, you know, Jaedong, he's getting a sizable army. He is Jaedong. He does have 4 bases. And that's going to be hard to stop with Protoss no matter what at this point. But, you know, Stork, he does have a better army right now, slightly. But Jaedong is catching up in supply, as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner there. That's amazing what Jaedong can do when you make one tiny mistake, even after getting so far ahead in the early game. I
like how Jaedong handled the situation. He didn't make a bunch of sunken colonies and turtle up. That would have only got him farther behind. Instead, he makes nothing but lurkers so he can have a mobile defense. That way he can defend any location he needs to.
Yeah.
Now, Jaedong is going to try to expand over here at the center bottom. And if he does get that, it's going to be very difficult for Stork to recover. But at the same time, his lurkers are kind of out in the open here. It's going to be tough to reinforce this. It looks like he's going to try to get a healthy spread.
And Jaedong, those overlords spread around the map, those zerglings spread around the map, very, very helpful, keeping an eye on exactly where Stork's army is so that he can get into a good position. And if you just look at the mini-map, just the brown moving everywhere, Jaedong is getting ready to handle this army.
Absolutely right. He's going to get perfect position.
Huge. I'm not sure exactly what was in there, but certainly at least 2 High Templars.
Yeah, presumably yes.
That is a big deal, and Jaedong has caught up in supply, 110 to 115. Just unbelievable that Stork makes one blunder like that, and Jaedong can catch up.
Okay, he's going to move out to the center. You can see Stork's a little bit cautious because he already messed up once, and it really hurt him. So, again, he's got to be very careful. It's going to be tough also for Stork to secure that 4th base. That 4th base is critical.
Yeah, man.
Okay, in fact, he's got it up, but can he keep it?
Yeah, the more zerglings he makes, the easier it is to take it out.
Exactly.
And right now, Jaedong has really great upgrades, +2 ranged attack, +1 melee attack, and +1 armor. Meanwhile, Stork only +2 attack.
Yeah.
Jaedong, wow.
Okay, Stork has a very healthy army mixture, lots of Dragoons which can handle those lurkers, enough Templars to storm the Hydralisks, and enough Zealots to, of course, block and defend these units. He is retreating. I'm surprised he's not storming as he runs away. He must be macroing.
And just throwing those storms down. Now he's going to attack back over this little bridge. A weird choice there by Stork to run away, then engage, but it looks like he's going to take out a bunch of lurkers there.
Okay, that was a really nice play by him over there. He has a lot more units, though. Stork is going to try to, well, you can see he's trying to move around his army, intercept Jaedong so that a full flank can't actually occur. He's going to run into one army as it's coming on one side so that he doesn't get sandwiched. Here's another attack. Jaedong seems to have the advantage.
Jaedong is unbelievable. I can't believe this is happening before our eyes. He lost so many drones, and look at this, crushing another Stork army. Jaedong is just, look at this guy. This guy is invincible.
He's going to have to keep his 4th base alive here. Nothing but cannons and Dragoons here to defend. And bear in mind, these Templars over here, it's tough to get them down to that 4th base because Jaedong controls that area on the map. Another storm drop. Where the Scourge? DTs. And is it a Templar in there?
And what else is in there? I don't know. He just flies right over the Hydras, drops a DT in the main. Are there any High Templars? I don't know.
I don't see them. But one thing about putting Dark Templars versus High Templars in your opponent's base, it forces them to relocate the army because you have to send more units to take out those DTs quickly.
Certainly, he does get 4 drones there, but at what cost? Stork right now losing a lot of units in his army. He's getting a little bit sloppy, and he is actually below Jaedong in supply at this moment.
Yeah, that's unreal. Now, he has managed to get these Templars to meet up with this other army here. Scourge getting picked off here by Jaedong. Jaedong's playing quite well.
You know, I don't know what to say, man. Jaedong is so impressive this game. He's got those 4 bases. He's got his 5th just starting up, but he is starting into macro mode. He's got amazing upgrades. Look at that. He's got full tech. Wow. I mean, what can Stork do at this point? The Defilers are even out. It's going to be impossible to hold these expansions with cannons.
I don't think this expansion is well enough to defend. It looks like most of Stork's energy is being focused over here at the bottom left, possibly attacking Jaedong's bottom expansion. But meanwhile, he can't defend his top expansion up here.
Oh, this is huge. High Templar's going back, but this Nexus is going to fall so quickly to these cracklings, and it looks like Stork is just going to go for a counterattack at the bottom with some Zealots. I don't know what he's going to do here, man. He is being run over by these Zerglings.
Unbelievable play here by Jaedong. Now remember, he might still be able to take out this base at the very bottom center, which would be somewhat of a trade, but still, Protoss need gas expansions more than mineral expansions. And of course, this one he just lost is a gas expansion.
And he is in trouble right now. His main is mined out. His natural almost gone. All he has left now is this mineral base, which Jaedong is about to say LOL no to. Sending some Zerglings in, a lot of Zerglings in rather. And Protoss buildings no chance against these Zerglings. This is going to bring Stork down to almost not mining.
This could be the game-winning blow here by Jaedong if he can actually take out this expansion. If they can just get in a position where they can get it. And you can see now Stork running his army through the lurker trap, which was also up here. So Stork's army now softened up. You can see Stork aware that now he's not in the position he was hoping to be in before.
Losing those High Templars.
He's going to lose at least 4. No, make it 5. Those Templars were key in helping Stork recover from this.
This is the difference between Jaedong and everyone else, man. This is just astounding. He is spreading his attention everywhere. Unstoppable.
Well, at this point in time, he can actually take out the Ultros mound and actually the Defiler mound as well. And that's going to delay his tag. Oh! 24 HP 4! Oh! He gets it. That's at least something going back to the Stork's favor. And now Stork's going to take out this expansion at the bottom. He has to get this expansion down here. He's already pretty behind. He does not. He gives up, conceding to Jaedong and deciding to go on to game number 2. GG. Jaedong was behind, but he ended with a big advantage.
He did, man. And you know what? If Stork had just played a little bit defensively during that attack, he would have been fine. You know, it's just he was far ahead. Jaedong decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a bunch of units. If he attacks me, I can come back. And Stork just went, man. He was impatient, and he just wanted to go for the kill. It was a huge mistake. Jaedong capitalized, and Stork regretting it. Back to being a silver miner.
That was tough. Well, it's not over yet. We're going to be going on to game number 2 in a minute. I don't believe we're going to have a commercial break, but we are crunched for time here once again today.
No, but I think we are going to do a little playback on the replays.
Certainly.
Hopefully they will choose that attack to show where Stork went wrong.
Could not believe my eyes there. You know, when you lose that many drones, especially when you got 2 guys this caliber, it's pretty much impossible to recover. I think Stork's big blow was when he went to attack his opponent.
Yeah.
And, you know, with the big attack, not with the 2 Dark Templars.
Yeah.
And lost everything and didn't retreat, didn't regroup. There you go.
That was definitely it, and I think that is what they are going to end up